Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to What's in the Box Track. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I know it's late. Probably got to work. Co-workers be hanging me out to dry sometimes. So here we are. we in the place to be, though. The Lakers get another win on the road. They won their last 4 games on the road. They beat the Wizards 130-119 in a relatively easy game for the Lakers, although I do not like them having to hang out in the fourth and play the starters. But I have some points about that a little later. Let's get to the stats real quick. So the Lakers shot a total of 54%, while the Wizards shot about 48%. Now, Lakers shot 64% in the third. They were consistently 48% and 45% above, but that third quarter they kind of went off. They held the Wizards to 40% shooting for the first 3 quarters, but gave up 67% in the fourth. And we'll talk about that fourth quarter in just a moment. The Lakers also assisted on 30% of their baskets scored. They did lose the attempts battle. You know how big I am on the amount of attempts you get, 96-105. Some of the things I don't like just off the bat, the free throw shooting has got to be better, man. 73%. Thomas Bryant actually was the percentage buster this time, not Russell Westbrook or LeBron. T. Bryant was 0 for 4. I don't like that. They won this game pretty soundly. Bradley Beal was out. That's a player you do not want to see go down, man. Like, just an excellent basketball player. I hate the fact that he couldn't play this game. I want to see him play. Porzingis has been on a tear, a pretty good tear as of late, but not really this game as far as shooting percentage goes. He did score pretty well, but it looks like AD had him locked down pretty well. Now, speaking of AD, man, 55 points, 17 rebounds, and 3 blocks. I mean, a man on a mission so far. All these points I have for later. I just kind of want to get through the stats real quick. So the Lakers did win the rebound battle, 51-44, although they lost on offensive boards 11-9. That wasn't a fourth quarter discrepancy. They did lose that overall. But it's 2 rebounds. I still just I'm not a fan of that. 15 total turnovers for the Lakers, giving up 20 points. Now, this is where it goes down to the fourth quarter, and we can just start talking about it. Going into the fourth, LeBron had 3 turnovers and Russ had 2. Right. Russ picked up 4 turnovers and LeBron picked up 2 more, just picked up 2 in the fourth quarter. So this total 6 turnovers, man. Like they would have had about a 9, maybe let's say 10, because they're human, 10-11 turnover game. But that's pretty bad. Russ's assist to turnover ratio was 3-1. Bron's was 1-1. I still don't understand why you guys are talking about trading Russell Westbrook. I was listening to Nation and Island show, and they're talking about moving Russ at this point. I'm like, why? Why would you want? I don't know, man. The fourth quarter. I should complain about it like I normally do. You got to finish the game, but the Wizards were playing like wounded animals. Daniel Gafford is a monster. If this is what he is on a regular basis, he needs more minutes because that dude is a straight beast. And I don't know, Wizard fans chime in. Let me know if does he play like this that often? I don't get to watch the Wizards as much as I'm sure Wizards fans would. Daniel Gafford was crazy, and not just in the fourth, man. Daniel Gafford was crazy the entire game. So I'm looking forward to seeing him grow as a player because that dude was nasty on the court. But with all that being said, I mean, the Lakers shot too well and played great defense, holding a team to 40% shooting. Again, with no Bradley Beal, that's a little bit of an easier feat, I will admit, although you got to beat the team in front of you, and you can't pretend like you're playing the Bucks, right? You got to beat who's ever in front of you. AD, let's discuss AD really quickly. So this is what I feel like we all as fans know, right? One of the things I've heard said before, and I kind of stick with it, is the team or player with the most ifs is often the loser, right? The Lakers, when they started off this season, and there's a couple people who could jump in the comments and back me, I said this is going to be one of my favorite teams. They were 0-5 when I said that. I saw some things that are coming to fruition now, like defensively especially, and some scoring from some other players. Is, you know what? They've got the right role players to be able to allow some space for their star players to dial in. And that's what's starting to happen now. But this is what we know about AD. If he is healthy and if he is locked in, he is the best big man in the league. Period. Jokic is going to be, people are kind of going to stare, what about Jokic? But Jokic doesn't play both sides of the floor. Not well enough to be considered a great defender like AD is, right? A lot of people were going to argue Giannis. Trust me, that is a reasonable argument. I don't believe they're the same type of player, to be fair. But if you want to argue Giannis, I might back down from that argument. If you're considering him a legitimate big man, fine. I'll roll with Giannis being an equal comparison to AD when AD is healthy and dialed in, but not head and shoulders better by any stretch of the imagination, because AD is a much more skilled player, hands down. The only competitive player I would find out there is Joel Embiid. And even at the height of his skill, I feel like AD is still much better. Defensively, he's much more agile, but close enough. All in all, I still feel like AD, dialed in and healthy, is the best big man in the league. And he's proven it year after year when he goes on tears like this. He went on these tears in New Orleans, and we were like, come on, dude, this dude's a monster. And most of the league loved him until he came to the Lakers and became, part of that Laker brass that everybody hates. But I'm telling you, just as a pure basketball fan, it's a joy to watch how skilled he is and how agile he is for a big man. So people are shouting MVP. I'm going to go to Mike Wilbon. Wade. As big of a Laker fan as I am, y'all got to show me more. You're 10-12 right now. I did think the 0-5 start against, really, really good teams for a new team being put together with new moving parts, new coach. I thought that was a tall task to ask for, which is why I kind of really hung my hat on the weaker part of the schedule where you played the Spurs 3 times and, et cetera. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. I promise I'll stop talking about the Pacers game if they're 500 by game 26, like my prediction, which I thought was going to be, pretty much shot dead in the water. But they look like they could make it. I mean, I don't know. There's got to be a loss coming in here somewhere. They got a tough Cleveland team coming up. Last piece I want to discuss right now is the pickup of Lonnie Walker. Now, we've been really hard on Pelinka, and I think a lot of it is unjust because a lot of people just kind of want instant results, et cetera. What a pickup, man. What a pickup. Because what the Lakers needed wasn't necessarily, a lot of you guys wanted Buddy Hield over Russell Westbrook. And if you can show me that Buddy Hield would have had the same game as Russell Westbrook against the Bucks, then I'll buy it. But not for very long, because it's not true. You're not going to get the same spark out of Buddy Hield. So please stop calling him a Russell Westbrook replacement or whatever you guys are trying to say. It's just not the same. Lonnie Walker, however, as a starter right now, he's 7 for 10. You can pretty much trust him to shoot about 48% on the night. But what they needed was somebody else who could create off the dribble. And him and Schroeder running to that free throw line, elbow jumper in a pick and roll with AD, it's almost unstoppable because you got to monitor AD, right? You can't really come out on Lonnie Walker. So 7 for 10, man, 70% shooting, 4 for 4 from 3. I'm not expecting to be 100% from 3 every night, but you got to hats off to the Lakers, man. Last 10 games, the Lakers are shooting almost 40% from the 3-point line. I mean, the story about this team can't shoot is starting to seem more like a myth. So hats off to the Lakers right now. They're 10-12 right now. I mean, I'll believe in it if they win the next 2 games straight up, but I'm not going to lose all hope if they split them or even lose both. I just would like to see them prove that this is who they are every night, period. So thank y'all for tuning in to What's in the Box Track, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I will holler at y'all next time, man. Cavs online tomorrow. Holla. Peace.